So hello everyone there. So welcome back to Jyotsna's Colorful Chemistry. So in the previous class we have discussed about the common name of some of the aldehydes. So today's class we are going to study about the common names of the ketones. Now as I said, ketones has the functional group of C double bond O. So here we have the general representation of ketone, that is R, C, O, R dash. So R and R dash can be same or it can be different. It can be either alkyl group or it can be aryl group. Now let us take some examples. So the first example over here is acetone. So in acetone you can see that there is CH3 and CH3. Here R and R dash are same. So this compound has been obtained from acetic acid, hence it is called as the acetone. So CH3CO CH3, you need to remember this name. Similarly, when we have the compound like C6H5CO CH3, here the name given to it is acetophenone. So C6H5CO CH3 is what? It is acetophenone. So this is CH3 group which is called as the aceto, and here this is nothing but it is called as the phenone. So CH3CO C6H5, this entire compound is called as the acetophenone. Since it is a common name, you need to remember it. Then next to that one, let us take this example. Now in this case there are two groups which are attached, two alkyl groups which are different and which is attached to the CO. Now CO is the carbonyl group. So let us take this example here. So our compound is what? It is CH3, then CO, then CH2, CH2 and CH3. So you can see there are three carbon atoms here. There is one carbon atom here which is attached to our functional group. Our functional group is which group? CO group, that is the ketonic group. Now, how do we name this one? We are going to name it as the alkyl ketone. So here you have methyl group which starts with M. Here you have the straight chain 3 carbon atoms, that is N-propyl. So PROPYL. So this is methyl. Now out of these two, here it starts with P, here it starts with M. So since M comes first in the alphabetical order, first I am going to write the name methyl, followed by what? Followed by N-propyl, and then followed by what? Followed by this compound, that is the functional group, that is ketone. So how you are going to name this one? It is methyl N-propyl ketone. This is methyl, this is N-propyl and this is ketone. So this is how you are going to name the alkyl groups followed by the word ketone. So this is how you should be naming the common system of nomenclature for the ketones. Some compounds like acetone, acetophenone, they have already been derived from a particular acid. So we are going to name it as it is. But here, since it is having two such different groups, we have named it as methyl, N-propyl and ketone. Now let us take another example in which there is presence of a cyclohexane. Now in this cyclohexane, let us take a look. So in the cyclohexane, what has happened? Here you have a cyclohexane. To the cyclohexane, there is an carbonyl group attached here and there is a methyl group attached here. Now, as you know, this carbon, to this carbon, the oxygen is attached. So this is the functional group. The carbon next to the functional group is the alpha carbon. So we have this one as alpha carbon. So because the group is present over here, I start taking the alpha in this way. So this is alpha, beta, gamma and so on. Now in this one, how do we name? We have this compound as the which one? Cyclohexane. Then along with that one, on the the group which is present is nothing but this is the ketonic functional group. Now with respect to this is alpha. With alpha, at alpha, what group is present? Methyl group is present. So how do I write this one? First I write alpha. This is the prefix, that is methyl. Then what is this compound? It is cyclohexane, and because the functional group CO is present, we write it as ONE. So you should write the word ONE. So this is cyclo. So cyclo, this is hexane, cyclohexane. The last letter E is replaced by ONE, cyclohexanone. So this is how we are writing the cyclic structure. So in the cyclic structure, you are going to replace the last letter E of the corresponding cycloalkane by that of ONE. So this is how we are going to name it. Then similarly, suppose if we take the next compound here, C6H5CO, C6H5. Here if CH3 was there above, as you see that. Now here when CH3 was there, we called it as acetophenone. Here if benzene group is attached, we call it as benzophenone. So C6H5CO is phenone. To that one, this group is attached, that is benzyl, the benzene group. So we call it as benzophenone. So this is how we have some of the common names of the aldehyde as well as the ketones. Now, after knowing the common system of nomenclature, let us take the example of UPAC system of nomenclature. Coming to the UPAC system of nomenclature, let's take the first example in the aldehydes. So here you can see it is CH3CHO. Now in this case, first consider the number of carbon atoms involved in the longest chain, including the carbon involved in the carbonyl group, that is the functional group. So here we have CH3 and C double bond O and H. This is one carbon, this is two carbon. So two carbon atom, what is the parent chain? Because it is having a single bonded carbon, it should be ethane. So in that ethane, the last letter E should be replaced by Al. So ethanol. So we are going to name it as how? Two carbon atoms, ethane. So in this case, the functional group is CHO, that is the aldehydic functional group. So you should replace the last letter E by ethanol. So this is how we are writing the compound. Then coming to the next compound. In this compound, you can see there is presence of a double bond, and functional group is present on the right side. So we are going to start numbering it from the right side. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon atoms. Since it is 5 carbon atom, it is nothing but it should have pent. Because there is a double bond, you have to name it as ene. And where is that ene? It is present on the second carbon. So it is pent to ene. And on the first carbon, you have the aldehydic group. So the last letter E is replaced by Al. So let me write this compound. So here we have CH3, CH2, CH double bond, CH2 and CHO. So this is my first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon. 5 carbon atoms. So it is pent. Then on first, second carbon there is a double bond. So on 2 carbon it is ene. Then because there is presence of the aldehydic functional group, last letter E has to be replaced by Al. So it is pent to ene Al. So this is how you have the name, pent to ene Al. So this is the UPAC name. Now coming to the next compound. So the next compound is the cyclic compound. Now in the cyclic compound, as we have already discussed earlier, whenever there is a cyclic compound, you can make use of the suffix, that is the carbaldehyde. Now, so what we are going to do is, you have here benzene, it is a hexagonal ring. So in this hexagonal ring, we have CHO. This is which compound? It is cyclohexane. So write the cyclohexane, CYCLOHEXANE. This is cyclohexane. To that cyclohexane, there is an aldehydic group attached. So you can write it as the suffix, that is what? carbaldehyde, carbaldehyde, cyclohexane carbaldehyde. So whenever you have a cyclic structure, you have to use the word as the carbaldehyde. Either it can be cyclic compound, cycloalkane, or it can be benzene ring. Then coming to the next one, let us take this example. So in this example, what do we have? We have the compound in this way. So that is CHO group is attached to what? Benzene ring. So this is not cyclohexane, it is benzene ring. To this one, nitro group is present. Now out of these two groups, here what has happened? CHO group is the major functional group which is present. So in this functional group has to be given the carbon to which the functional group is attached is the first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon. So first carbon aldehyde group is present. So fourth carbon what is present? Nitro is present. So how do you write this one? On fourth carbon there is a nitro group. This is a nitro. Then what else it is there? You have this benzene. So this is nitro, this is benzene. Then what is the suffix for it? Sorry, this is benzene. So for nitro benzene. Then to this benzene what else is attached? Carbaldehyde, that is CHO group. So this is a suffix which is added to the 4-nitrobenzene carbaldehyde. But along with this one, there is also an common name which is accepted. What is that? If you don't have this one, then what it will be there? Here you can take this one as benzaldehyde. So to the benzaldehyde, nitro group is attached. So either you can write it as 4-nitrobenzene carbaldehyde, or how do you write it? This is benzaldehyde. And on the fourth position, nitro group is present. So you can also write it as 4-nitrobenzaldehyde. Okay. So either write it as 4-nitrobenzene carbaldehyde, or you can write it as 4-nitrobenzaldehyde. So both the names are accepted. So this is how we are going to name the aldehyde. Now let me take one more unique example. Now in this unique example, what it is? We have CHO, then CH2, CH, CH2, CHO, and here there is a CHO. As I told you, this compound consists of 3 aldehydic group, 3 CHO group. This is there only for nomenclature part and not further for the preparation or the properties. Now, whenever same functional group repeats for more than once, you should always take the entire name of the alkane which is involved in it without removing the last letter E. And when you have such same group repeating, you consider all these 3 groups as the substituent attached to the parent chain. Do not include it in the parent chain because you cannot include this one in the parent chain. So what you do is consider these 3 carbon atoms as the parent chain to which the 3 groups are attached. So they will act as the substituent. When you should do this one? Whenever the same functional group repeats more than once, you are supposed to use this rule. What you should do? Consider these groups as the substituent to what? To the parent chain which is continuous. Do not include it in the parent chain. But previously everywhere you have included in the parent chain. But here we cannot include it in the parent chain. If it is an open system, you include it in the parent chain. But if it is more than once, we do not include it in the parent chain. So this is acting as the substituent. So what is the parent chain? The parent chain contains 3 carbon atoms. So what should be the name? It should be propane. So it is propane. To this propane, we have 3 groups attached. So let me take this is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. So first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, there are presence of which group? Carbaldehyde, which is a suffix. So how do I write it? It is propane 1, 2, 3. That is what? 3. Tri. This is tri carbaldehyde. Carbaldehyde. Either you can write it as propane 1, 2, 3 carbaldehyde, or earlier what we had studied in UC first year, propane, then what? 1, 2, 3. For aldehyde we had used what? Al as the suffix. So therefore 3 times this is repeating, so we call it as tri-Al. So you can either name it this way or you can name it this way. Propane 1, 2, 3 tri-Al, or propane 1, 2, 3 tricarbaldehyde. So either way also you can name this one. So these are some unique examples which I have taken. There are many more examples which you need to solve. So this is about the aldehyde. Now let us take a look of some of the ketones. Now coming to the ketone, here you should be replacing the last letter E of the corresponding alkane by ONE. Now let us take some example. So in this case you see that CH3CO CH3. So this common name is what? Acetone. UPAC name, how do you consider? Consider all the carbon atoms present in this parent chain, including that of the functional group. So therefore CH3, CH3, 3 carbon atoms, so it is propane. First, second carbon, there is presence of the functional group, ketonic functional group. So on second carbon you write it as 2, replace the last letter E by ONE. So therefore how do you write it? CH3CO, then CH3. In this one what has happened? 1, 2, 3 carbons, so propane, and last letter E is to be replaced by ONE when it is a ketone. So it is propanone. But since it is present on second carbon atom, you need to write it as propane 2ONE. Sometimes it will be at 3, it can be 4. So you need to mention it at which position it is present. But since in propane there is no other choice, only at the second place only ON is there. So sometimes they may neglect writing this second. So this is about the propanone. In the similar way, you can take any number of carbon atoms across the ketonic functional group and you can name it. Now let us go for the next compound. So our next compound is what? We have 5 carbon atoms, so it is pentane, and there is a ketonic functional group. So let me write this. This is O and this is 5 carbon atoms, and here there is presence of a CH3 group. So there is a CH3 group here. So now what has happened? This is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. So on third carbon there is a methyl group, and first carbon there is a ketonic functional group, right? So how do we write this one? Then since it is a cyclic pentane, first we write it as cyclopentane. CYCLO, cyclopentane, PENTANE. Now last letter E has to be replaced by ONE. So because it is present on the first carbon, you need not mention it as 1. It is understood. So replace the last letter E by ONE, pentanone. Then on the third carbon what is present? On third carbon methyl is present. So how do we write it as 3-methyl pentanone? So you can see that there is presence of here CH3 and here there is a C double bond O. So this is what? Pentane and cyclopentane. So cyclopentanone, the last letter E is replaced by ONE. Third carbon atom, methyl is present. So 3-methyl cyclopentanone. Because this oxygen is present on the first carbon atom, you need not mention the place over here. But in the previous case, we had mentioned because it is present on the second carbon atom. Here it is present on first carbon atom, so we need not mention it. Then, next to that, let us take one more such example. Now, coming to the next example. So here you can see that there is presence of the phenyl group which is attached to this carbon. See, this way of nomenclature, it is different. So what we have done is, we have this benzene which is attached. So benzene is attached to C double bond O. This is CH2. This is CH3. Remember, in this case, this is an alkyl group. This is a phenyl group which is attached to the carbonyl group. So we have to name it in this way. This is the substituent attached to the ketonic group. Okay. Now we are going to take this as the parent chain now. This is parent chain. So it is containing 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. How do we number it? We number it as 1 carbon. This is second carbon. This is third carbon. So there are 3 carbon atoms. To the first carbon atom, the phenyl group is attached, and to the first carbon atom itself, the functional group is present. C double bond O is present. Therefore, the parent chain contain how many carbon atoms? 3 carbon atoms. So how do I write the parent chain? That is PROPANE, propane we have written. And at the first carbon atom, there is presence of ketonic group. So I replace the last letter E by what? ONE. It is one on, or you can just mention it as ONE, propanone. Along with that, on the first carbon atom, what else is present? There is presence of the phenyl group. So how do I write? On first carbon atom, PHENYL. You have to write it as phenyl. So here we are not going to name it as benzaldehyde. We are showing it as the substituent, that is phenyl, which is attached on this particular compound. Okay. So 1 phenyl and propane. This is 1 one or propanone. So this is how it is unique way of naming the compound. So you have to remember this one. Then come to the next compound. In the next compound, we have CH3, CH, CH3, C double bond O, CH, CH3 and CH3. So you can see that this is one group, that is, you have a group over here, there is another group over here. But this is the entire parent chain which is present. So the entire parent chain consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon atoms. So it is pentane. On third carbon atom, there is a functional group. So it is 3-one. And on second carbon and fourth carbon, there are 2 methyl groups. So it is 2,4 dimethyl pentanone. So this is how we are going to consider it. Next to that one, here you can see there is presence of a double bond. Double bond is present and C double bond O is present here. So we are going to start numbering it from the right side to give the preference for the functional group, that is ketonic group. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 5 carbon atoms. So it should be pent. Then on third carbon atom, there is presence of double bond. So it is in, 3 in. And because on the second carbon atom we have on, so write it as, replace the last letter E by 2 on. So this is 4 methyl pent 3 in 2 on. So this is how we are going to write this one. Now let us take one more unique example. You can see in this example there are presence of 2 functional group, C double bond O and CHO functional group. So one is the aldehydic group and the other one is the ketonic group. So I have written the same example over here, CH3, CH2, CO, CH2, CHO. Now what you have to do? This is an unique example in which both the functional groups are present. When you have such groups, you have to remember when aldehyde and ketone is present together, you should always end the name with AL, that is giving preference to the aldehyde. So numbering will start from right side because aldehyde is present on the right hand side, that is CHO group is present at the right. So consider the parent chain. This is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon. So there are totally 5 carbon atoms. So I write it as pent. Then All are single bonded, so I write it as ane. Then, because I have the presence of aldehyde group, I give the preference for aldehyde group. So the suffix should be what? It should be Al. And where this Al is present? On first carbon. So I need not mention it, or you can mention it as first carbon there is an Al. Then on third carbon atom there is presence of the ketoning. Now when there is presence of aldehyde and ketone, both the functional group, aldehydic functional group gains the importance and we write it as the suffix. In that case, this ketonic group will become the prefix, and the prefix for this is oxo, OXO. And this is present on which carbon atom? On third carbon atom. So we write it as 3OXO, 3-oxo pentane 1Al. So remember, whenever there is presence of two functional group, that is aldehyde and ketone, the word should end with the aldehydic group, that is Al. In that case, ketone will become what? Prefix. It will become a substituent. So on third carbon atom we have the oxo. So this is how you should name the compound when two different functional groups, that is aldehyde and ketone, both are included in it. So this is how we have some of the names of the compounds, that is aldehyde and ketones. So let us wind up over here. In next class, let us further discuss.